Hi everybody and welcome back to Park Junction. I've been doing a few things this month which I'll share with you. One of the things I've been working on is the roadway and the car park and laying that down. It's not quite finished yet. I've also been doing some work on the station buildings, putting a bit more in there. Another thing was progressing with the scenery, so I managed to paint the base before. Now I've put down some other bits, so I'll show you how I've done that. And then finally, what's next? So let's start with the roadway and the car park. So the big project this month, laying the road and doing the car parks. This wasn't a job I was looking forward to, and I will admit isn't a job I enjoyed doing, to be honest. So here you see me starting to lay down the woodland scenic roadway kit. I've edged all the areas that I want to do, and here I'm starting to put in the smooth it. This was very messy, it went all over the place. I tried to keep it where it was supposed to go, but it did take a bit of tidying up afterwards. Whilst doing this, I had some areas where I didn't want it to be completely smooth and needed to create gradients into the pathways that were around the area. This was a bit of a challenge with the smooth it. In other areas, I had some quite large expanses where I had to try and get it as smooth as possible, again without making a mess and overflowing the smooth it all over the place. It proved to be a challenge, but I did the best I could. So this is a picture before I put down the roadwork in the car park, and here's a picture afterwards. So it does make a good impression. After I'd done that, I started to blend in the edges of the smooth it as it was proud of the board. So here I'm just using a bit of old building rubble that we have for my house. It blends it in quite nicely. To install this, I just did it in exactly the same way I'd done ballast before. So again, laying the rubble down where I wanted it, spraying it with water to saturate it, and then putting the PVA water washing up liquid mix on the top to glue it in place. And it seems to have done the job. So I was quite happy with the result. So a few different angles looking at it and where it went. So this is going to be the industrial area in front of the station, up to the road that's going to run in front of the hotel over the bridge, and then back down the entrance to the station and the car park. This is it once it had dried and the building material was stuck in place. The next stage is to paint it. So again, I've used here the Woodland Scenics tarmac paint. It's a very dark paint. Before I did this, I had to smooth down and sand the smooth it. There was quite a lot of work involved in doing that. This is a rare occasion. My partner joined me up in the loft briefly. So painting all of the roadways was quite simple, just took a bit of time, and this is pretty much as far as I've got with the roadway at the moment. There's work I need to do to tone down the tarmac colour. It's at the moment far too dark for what I need, and after that I did a little bit of blending in of the base brown colour for the mud. So a quick view again on how that had all turned down. I need to do quite a bit more work on this. It's far too dark at the moment, but gives a bit of an impression of what it may look like. So on this piece you can see I've left it a bit rougher, so this will represent potholes and where the road surface is a bit worn. Over in the car park and behind the station it's a bit smoother. I've also been working on some of the station bits. So I've been working on the buildings themselves, finishing those off, creating some walls and some additional bits for the canopy. So these now need to be put onto the layout. I'll leave you with a few shots now of the station and what it looks like from various angles. I've also been working on the groundwork. I made up a trial board, put some sculptor mould down and used Woodland Scenics products to get that prepared. I started by painting it with the earth colour. On top of this I put on the PVA glue. This was so that the scatter or fine turf would stick to the board. Again, this looks quite smart. On top I put some coarse turf. This gives it some depth, and again an end gauge. This looks really good to start with. I'm wondering whether I need to do all of the static grass. I have bought some static grass and I did trial these. So I've got WWS static grass, various colours and various lengths. I put only a few down to see what they'd look like, see what the textures were. I got 2mm and 4mm static grass. The 2mm is very short. My trial wasn't the best, to be honest. I think I put too much glue down and the static grass sank into the glue a bit rather than standing up. So a word of warning, thinner glue on I think, and then static grass on top of that. Don't put blobs down. So these are some of the pictures and what they look like. So as I said on the layout, I've only got down to putting the fine earth down. I haven't put any of the coarse earth blends on. I want to put these on next. I need to do some more trialing on the static grass, see if I can make that looking better before I put it on the layout. So I'm quite happy with how this is starting to turn out. And hopefully next time there'll be more done and there'll be a bit more variety. But here's a couple of pictures of what it looks like at the moment to give you a feel of how Dug Park Junction's coming along. So what's next? This is a little project that I started, so I'm hoping to get some more work done on this. I'm building up the top boards around the back of the layout. I'm going to have another couple of tracks running around here. Again, the mini project's going to go up on the top there as well. So a bit of a building site. So the top boards are going to run from this corner all the way along the back, behind the goods shed, goods area, and behind the station. So plenty of things to keep me busy. So I'm hoping to get that in and more scenery done. It'll be nice to have a couple of boards completely scenicked up. I don't think they'll be finished for a while. Got a bit of work going on the roof soon, so I'm a bit dubious how far I want to take this, to be honest. But I think it's starting to come together. It's starting to look like what I want it to look like. Got to start looking at putting some of the detail bits in now. But as I say, some of those are quite fragile, so if I'm having the roof redone, I'm not sure how much that's going to go in. So this is from the station. I want to continue working down now from the station into the goods yard and a small TMD area. I want to put the top sections in, which will run behind the back of the station and have the track running behind there. And there's also going to be a bit of a town in the corner. So plenty to do. So I hope you enjoyed this update. I'm hoping to do a running session next, so please come back again soon. If you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, leave any comments. I like seeing what you've got to say. Thank you for watching. Bye.